Hey, this is Ricky Killing Cichlids. This video is about change. When you go for an interview, people ask you questions about change. When you fill out an assessment, they ask you about change. When you fill out a survey, they ask you about change. Do you like change? How can you deal with it? What do you do with it? Do you like it? Do you implement it? Do you resist it? There's many things when you're looking at change. For the fish hobby, there's many things that change over time. You got your water, it changes. That is something that changes. You got your filtration, it can change. Many people change their filtration throughout their life cycle of the hobby. Your fish can change. You may decide to stop carrying this fish and start carrying another fish. Your lighting can change. You may decide to have a different type of light. Your flow can change, the amount of flow you have in your aquarium. You may get some pocket change and go buy a fish. There's so many different things that change is responsible for in this hobby. In this video, we're going to be looking at a small change that can be big in a major way. It doesn't take much time, but it will affect things and see how you see the hobby in a different manner. So stay tuned for this video. So sometimes during change, people quiz you about what has changed. So to start off this video, if you watched any of my other videos on this colony, you might have seen something different compared to what you see in this video. So what do you think has changed? So think about it, look around at this video, and this right here where I zoomed out, and tell me what you think has changed. I'll give you a few seconds. Well, during my water change, I decided that it would be a perfect time to change things around, because it's all about the change. So to change things around, I decided that I would give more open space in the center of the aquarium and have the caves over to the right. Also, if you leave me a moment here to zoom in, I'll show you how I've kind of hidden one of the sponge filtrations. Here in the right hand side of the aquarium, I have 3 caves. Also, with the rocks and the caves, there's 2 additional caves have been made, maybe even 3 to 4 different places where a fish can hide now in this corner of the right hand side. Also, if you look, you see bubbles coming up, but you no longer can see the sponge filtration. So this is a big change. They haven't fully adapted to the change yet as I did it today. But as you can see, they're more spread out, and I can see the fish better in the center of the aquarium. Right now, Whopper, instead of staying in his cave, he's out there showing his stuff, being the big dog. And I think he's enjoying it. So how long did this take? This just didn't take a long time. But I had to think it through. I had to, change sometimes requires a thought process. Sometimes change is fast. And you got to do something, like if there's a leak in the aquarium, or if your fish is sick and you need to do something about it to fix the problem. Change can happen fast. It can happen quick. It depends on how you react to it. That would determine whether the change is going to be good for your aquarium and for your fish and for the hobby. Now today, I watched a video where they said my change basically was not good. They said my filtration was cheap and that I shouldn't be promoting cheap filtration. It is cheap, but it works completely great for these frontoses. And this change that I made for the filtration, I changed it to sponge filtration. It's been changed for a long time, several months now. If you see here, the fish are doing really well with the sponge filtration. There's not a problem with it. They're doing really good. So to say that I'm a cheapskate for having sponge filtration is crazy. It just means that I know that this change would benefit not only my fish, but my time involved in all the aquariums that I have. There's very little maintenance in sponge filtration. It has great beneficial bacteria. It's easy to clean. As you see here, it's easy to hide. It's actually easier to hide than, say, a filter intake or an outlet bar. So, what happens when I watch someone's video? I get inspired. I get inspired to do a change in my videos, to do a different one. So this inspired me to do this video where it shows the change in my scape. And my scape, it has more open space for the fish to swim in. Same amount of stuff is in there, same amount of decor. They're doing great. What do you think about change? What do you think about cheap filtration? Do you think my filtration makes me a cheapskate? Somehow lesser of a hobbyist? I think not. Tell me in the comments what you think. Now recently, I did a change in my food supplementation with shrimp. I'm wondering if any of you all can see the difference in the coloration of my frontoses. I know they're a lot more healthy. They swim around more. Seem more happy. And a good thing in the change of feeding did not keep them from eating pellet food. I can still feed them pellet food the day after, or even the day I feed them frozen shrimp. Look at Changer. Is Changer changed? Let's get a close-up of Changer. Changer is looking spectacular. A lot more whites coming out in her. Means she's less stressed, happy. Looking good. Changer's the one right here that's got the web formation of the black lines on both sides. She's looking straight at the camera. Changer is the future of my frontoses. I want to have many offspring that looks like Changer. And the food that I've been feeding her and the development of this colony is allowing her to develop into a healthy female. Here you see Whopper. Whopper's looking great. He's getting along really good with everybody. There's other males in here, but he does not fight with them. The colony is at a really good state right now, which it could change in the future. That means change could happen in the future that you may not plan for. So change can happen overnight. Luckily, with the frontoses, normally change doesn't happen all that quickly. They grow slow, they swim slow unless they're spooked. So change can happen slowly, but they can still happen overnight. They can get aggressive if they're in a small confined space and they're in their breeding environment. So change can happen quickly. One day they could be peaceful, and then the next day he thinks, hey, that guy is flirting with my woman. I'm going to beat him up. So change can happen with the frontoses very quickly if you don't know about it. So thanks for watching my video on change. And remember, this hobby is not about putting people down. It's about sharing your interests, showing people different ways of doing things, giving people insights. There's many videos I watched that I thought they were just horrible, but I got an idea from them, got a suggestion, I got something from it, And I took it to my own hobby and adapted to it. Didn't matter if the video was that good. It was something I took from it, and I learned from it. Some people that maybe only have 5 subscribers for 2 years, and their video hardly ever gets seen. I've looked at it and I thought, wow, that's a cool idea. And I've adapted it in my hobby. So look at people's videos and realize there's always something good in them. There's always something you may see that you may not know that you could use, and when you use it, it could just mean big benefits to you. Something small like a little bit of decor or aquascaping, fish keeping, what you feed your fish, different things, filtration changes, lighting, who knows. But don't take all the time in the world to put people down and shoot them down and make this about, you know, a contest at who can be the best. You know, show something, give people ideas. This is about giving people ideas to enjoy the fish hobby. Don't make it about them and us and them. Thanks for watching Ricky Kennerly Cichlids Where Fish Swim.